Hey guys, before we start with this episode, if you have any questions about real estate, whether you're looking to rent, buy, sell, or invest, please reach out to us in our bio. We'll have a link there so you can reach out to us. Thank you guys. Enjoy the episode.
For real though.
For real though? For real though. For real though.
For real though.
Hey, y'all for real though?
Welcome to the For Real Though Podcast with your host Albert Cantu.
And Davin, Keeley.
It's hotter than hell.
It's hot and I'm tired and I've been sweating all day.
You were like real sweaty today. It was weird. Like
It all happened at once. So we went to a couple properties downtown
Yeah.
to do some like video content.
yeah, Gilleys property.
Yeah, Gilley, amazing realtor.
Yes.
He has like 20 properties.
He's got
downtown.
so many listings.
Yeah, and they're all new builds and beautiful.
Yeah, they're amazing.
But I was sweating up a storm.
Yeah.
Like when we got to that like third one, I was gone.
Like I saw your shirt and I was like, "What? Like did you?"
It was like stuck to the back.
I thought you tried out the shower. And like, why did?
Yeah, I know,
like
the
that?
waterworks.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But some of them had the air conditioning running, and some of them obviously didn't have any air conditioning. So the
yeah.
ones that didn't have air,
It was 115
it's
degrees.
so hot. Like the moment you get out of the vehicle, like it just feels like that heat just kind of slaps you in the face.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously, you know, they're listening to this on Monday. It's a Monday for them to hear this. But
Is it
today
still gonna be hot then though?
It's gonna be hot.
I
on
know.
Monday.
Yeah.
But solstice, what is it called?
Who's solstice?
I don't know.
The summer solstice.
The summer solstice.
Yeah,
is
today is the
happening today.
longest day of the year.
It feels like it's been the longest day.
It's
The
been
hottest too,
it's-
but it's the longest.
Yeah, I know.
Solstice.
I don't know.
Summer solstice. Is that how you say it?
But talking about heat,
Yeah, look, here's something that's hot. I'm sure. I'm hoping that we get this right. But this past Thursday, San Antonio had the biggest watch that they were watching for the NFL draft. It was taking
NFL draft.
I mean, the NFL, the NBA. God, can you tell?
Wemby, wide receiver.
The most everyone was expecting this, and so many people were tuning into this. But the Spurs were set to draft the 19-year-old French phenomenon, Victor. I'm going to call him Wemby because I cannot say his last name to save my life. But the fans have been ecstatic. I mean, there's a whole mural that was painted with.
I
him.
know. Did Popovich showed up to the mural?
Did he show up to that?
I think so. I thought I
Did he
saw
take
an
a
article
picture?
about it.
I wonder who painted
He
it.
probably like prayed with his rosary. And, well, I mean, they have the number one pick. They could do whatever they want. It would be really depressing if they didn't choose Wemby.
Well, there was a press conference that took place, and Victor Wemby basically said, San Antonio is synonymous with winning. So he's ready to go. So I'm gonna go out on the limb here saying that they did pick him. So if you're hearing this now, that means he's already been picked.
Would that be really depressing if they
didn't?
just went with some guy?
If they
another
didn't
guy?
pick, oh my god, that would be crazy. I think people would be really, really upset.
That's a lot of painting.
Yeah, if there were no riots in the streets downtown, then I'm going to say that
There'll be a lot of honking.
He got picked.
What's the opposite of honking?
Oh, they're going to be honking if there are people
At
will go-
Popovich's house.
There's going to be some honking, even if he does get picked. I think.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, let's go honking. Let's go.
Round two.
It did say here this past Thursday, San Antonio Spurs, who have the number one NBA draft pick for the first time in 26 years, are widely expected to
Jeez.
draft the generational talent Victor Wemby. Needless to say, Alamo City's sports fans, of course, are ecstatic. And it said here, Wemby had a busy schedule since landing in New York. He was greeted with people who were basically asking for his autograph. And since then, the 19-year-old French phenomenon has been riding the New York subway and thrown Tuesday's first pitch at the Yankee Stadium. That's kind of cool. So
He's
got
getting
to do
like
that.
the all-star treatment.
Right. However, he's ready to say goodbye to the Big Apple and howdy to the Alamo City. So I'm assuming that since we're talking about this right now, he's now an official Spur.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that I hope.
Let's
to
just go on a limb, yeah.
I hope to God that we're
Right?
we're correct on that. But it looks like here, like there was so many different places that you could choose to watch the NFL draft. I mean, the NBA draft. I'm saying NFL, NBA draft.
I like the NFL.
I know, but They had it over at the Alamo Dome. You could watch it on the big jumbotron. And those were I think those were free tickets. I think you could go in there to watch it, which is really cool. It looks like the Rue Pub was another place. Remember they officially they officially had to pay everybody's tips.
Their ticket. Yeah.
So the Friendly Spot Ice House,
I like that place, but it's gonna be so hot.
Smoke Texas down.
I'm
So
still
all these
sweating.
places, had like watch parties and so everybody's really excited about this. So I'm pretty excited, and I feel like it's been a long time, but I feel like now I know a Spurs player because I don't know who's playing right now. On
Nobody
the team.
does.
That's weird, isn't it? Though I mean, the real I would say then I'm a fair weather fan, right? Because
Some people say they did it on purpose.
what?
They tanked.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying
they tanked the last couple of years to get this opportunity.
he doesn't mean that, people. He doesn't mean that.
Oh,
Please,
yeah.
If you're a Spurs fan, he
Even though
doesn't
they've
mean that.
done terrible. I mean, when you
gonna
get the
us
number one
canceled.
pick.
You're gonna get his culture.
Oh yeah, you're right. I love the Spurs.
Go Spurs,
Go Spurs, go.
No, I'm gonna shut
No,
up.
I'm gonna-
No, I'm gonna shut up. Go Spurs, go.
But there's been some crazy stuff in the news lately.
Oh, I know. So one of the things that everybody's been talking about is this submarine. That a lot of these rich folks got together. There's 5 people on a submarine that were going over to look at the
Titanic?
wreckage, and apparently one of the guys that's on there, he's been he's traveled that voyage several times, so he's an expert.
How old was he? He's like 77.
He's like 77 years old. I have their names here. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. But yeah, so these guys paid about $250,000 each to be a part of this vessel, to go the submarine, to basically go down to the wreckage and be able to see it, in person, which I think is really cool because I think people it's such a big time in history to be a part of that, to say like, yeah, I actually got an opportunity to go down into 12,500 feet into the ocean, to settle at the bottom of the ocean, to literally see this wreckage, firsthand in person. Is really cool. I don't know if I would pay $250,000.
I know. I'd be afraid of like sea creatures, like a big octopus. Like
know
what if there was like an octopus that just showed up like out? Oh my gosh.
So I'm afraid of the ocean. Like I don't like to go into the ocean. I will not go.
Would you be afraid if you were dropped in the ocean and there was no land?
Yes.
Does that freak you out?
Yes, I get anxiety thinking about that.
Does that freak you out, or does like being submerged, like seeing things move?
No.
Am I freaking you out?
Yeah, I went on a Carnival cruise and I bought the
Carnival cruise.
I did. I bought the excursion package where it lets you to go snorkeling. Well, I didn't know. I thought, oh, this is going to be fun. Well, they dumped us in the ocean, and then they literally left. Like the boat just pulled away, and
Wait, what?
like the boat pulled away because they were going to go onto the other side, on the other side of the buoys, and wait for us there.
Oh, okay.
But
they didn't just leave the island?
It's to basically leave so that the water becomes more still and you have an opportunity. Because when they drop you off and the water is real choppy, like it's hard to kind of get situated.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't dunk my head in. Well, then I did dunk my head in. And when I dunked my head in to look.
Did you see everything?
Oh, my God. There was like huge, like huge fish that were around our feet. And all I could think was they're going to eat us. Like I felt like the boat dropped us there. Like, here
I
you
know
go,
why
sharks.
they did that. I know why they did that.
Why?
Because you've been eating fish your whole life, and here's their turn.
Well, when you look in there, it's like you see all these fish, right? Well, then I kind of looked to my left, and there was the big drop off. Like it turned into like this big dark abyss.
Yeah.
And all I could think about was, oh, there's going to be a shark that's going to just come in right now.
That's where
and
they're
eat us all
waiting
up.
for you.
Like they threw us in the ocean as food. Here you go, fishies.
That sounds like Carnival Cruise.
They threw us in there. So they said, if at any point you're having problems, wave your arms, right? And so it didn't take but
Kick your feet.
Yeah, it didn't take but like 5 minutes for me to start waving my arms, like, get me out of here. And he kept saying, swim to the buoys. And so I did, but he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I just want to get out of here. Because like my anxiety level went, like I was freaking out.
Jeez.
So I will never go into the ocean. I just don't like it.
You just showed me the reason why I keep like dogging on Carnival Cruise. You just showed me a TikTok, and I wish we could show you guys.
I know,
We're gonna be in the next month or so. We're gonna be doing a video camera.
Yes,
so,
get ready.
So
for that.
we've been doing all the right things with getting that situated. But in the meantime, he just showed me a TikTok of this I guess it was like this storm that came through, and people were like shuffling around. There's
you see
furniture like all over but that. Anytime I look up Carnival cruises on like TikTok, it's pretty absurd. Like how crazy
Let me
they
see when
get.
this was 3 hours ago, and this.
Oh, that was like that recent?
Yeah, this was 3 hours ago.
Oh
but,
my
I mean,
God.
they're showing like there's like all these like people are literally being blown across. They're like
I
being-
want to go to Carnival cruises.
Everybody's asking, what ship is this?
What ship is this?
Why are they closing the decks, not allowing people to be on the
Yeah,
deck?
why are there so many people?
But things are being blown around, but you know what? I'm noticing that people haven't put their drinks down. They're holding on to
Oh
those.
yeah, they're probably expensive, or is it free, or is everything free on there?
Oh yeah, yes.
why.
You
Okay.
you can buy. Okay, so it just gave me the information right now. It's a Florida weather says here causing chaos on cruise. This was June 21st. So yeah, that's today.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
Okay,
that's today. So people are getting blown around. This is their first day on the cruise. Like the first day on the 7-day cruise, and they're getting blown away.
gosh, but I feel
feel
like that's
bad.
but that always happens when you like travel to Florida. You think it's gonna be like great, and then there's like a tropical storm.
Yeah, so maybe this storm came through without being able to really like give them a
Prepare.
heads up or something, because the people are literally sitting down and they're being blown away. I feel bad for them, like they're holding on to everything. So anyway,
This is a bad time to go to the ocean.
I know, but like, and here we are, like we're scorching hot here today.
I know.
It's like we're melting.
It's
and
the end of the world
that you know what's funny? Somebody put that on the comments.
because Carnival cruises.
Just because of everything that's just happening. There's
Oh,
just so
yeah.
much stuff going on. And of course, these poor guys that are out at sea, which is what we were originally talking about, they were trying to go see the Titanic, but their submarine somehow lost contact with land. And so now they're on this major search, and they've got all kinds of equipment that they're using right now to try to find these guys.
But it's so far deep that
is.
there's nothing that can go that far, right?
Well, they've got a couple of vessels. They've been dropping sonars, and according to the sonars, they were able to hear some noise. They don't know what it's coming from. If it's coming from actually the submarine that they're trying to look for, but you're right. They do have a couple of vessels that will go all the way down to the bottom. But
I remember James Cameron has that vessel that can go down with the arms.
like from the movie, did you just say James Cameron, the director?
He went down there.
That's not.
No,
real.
he did.
That was real on the movie.
No, he did go down there.
Who told you?
James Cameron went down. Yeah.
As part of the movie The Titanic.
Yes.
And that
Do
footage.
you want to bet money right now?
Gosh, I just don't.
He did.
I just don't think it's real. I don't. Think
right.
that, I don't know what you're saying. I don't.
Guys, comment below. Albert's a liar.
Davin's a liar.
No, James Cameron, he went down to the
I don't know.
to the Titanic.
Okay.
In
Well.
a specific type of ship. I wonder if they could take that.
Okay. Well.
yeah.
I would, if I was down there, I would be looking for that Blue Heart diamond because she threw it in there. Remember?
It's been 8.
I would be like looking for that.
Yeah,
right
but you're
now.
afraid of the ocean. It was like nighttime
am.
too. Oh, is that even scarier? What if it was
Oh hell.
pitch
no.
black
Hell
water,
to the nah.
and then you're kicking your feet and you just feel nibble.
Yeah.
and it gets like
Hell no. I'm telling you,
That's a nightmare,
I don't
right?
even like walking along the shoreline where the water's coming at your feet. I don't want to even do that because I'm afraid I'm going to step on a jellyfish or something.
man, you're just not fun to take.
No, I want to. I'll swim in the
Kiddie
hotel
pool?
pool. In the hotel pool. I'll stay there because there's no jellyfish. There's no sharks. You know, it's easier just to have more fun there. And then I'll sit on the beach, but away from the water. I'm not going to get in the hell.
Isn't that funny that people like travel to go see the beach, or like they want to go to the beaches, right?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and then they just sit on the beach.
That's all I want to do.
That's
if I
it?
go to an island, I just want to sit my ass
And-
on the
and
beach
drink a Corona?
drink a beer or a margarita or whatever. And
Oh,
just-
margarita.
a margarita, yeah, or a amaretto sour, whatever. You know.
Do you know what's weird? It's like all these people were taking vacation, and then we're like, "Oh, we should go too." But all this bad stuff is happening, so I'm like, maybe we shouldn't think like that because maybe you're right. Something bad will happen.
Yeah, I'm just saying right now. I'm not going to the ocean, and I hope they find these gentlemen.
I hope so, too.
And at least I'm not sure what they'll find when they do find them, but I feel really bad for the families. So we're praying for the families because there's loved ones on those.
Yeah.
On that submarine.
Yeah, those are
I
people.
I don't care that they're rich and that they paid so much money. Somebody's expecting them to come back home.
Yeah, a lot of
They may not
people.
come back home.
A lot of people are not giving them that kind of grace.
Yeah,
because-
everybody's
but
talking about who would pay 200. Like, who cares about that? That's
not
besides
the,
the
that's
point.
not the problem.
The point is that they've been lost at sea, and now they could possibly may not ever return. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just really scary. And there's a father and son that's on there.
He's only 19, right?
He's only 19 years old, and it's just not. It's really. I can't even imagine what the families are going through.
Yeah, they're in our prayers,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Yeah, I just I don't wish that upon.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
scary. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't have done it. Okay, so we're moving on to the next thing because we've got our real estate question
Oh yeah.
of the
week.
Is it how we were going to come up? We're going to come up with a little,
song, right?
Like a little jingle for it.
Yeah.
You'll come up with it, and then we'll start using it from.
Okay.
Here. What do you think? How do you feel like it's going to be?
I want like kind of rock.
Like
real estate question of the week.
what? How?
No, I'm not gonna do that. Either. I'm sorry, my energy is so low. Today's been just the longest day
It's
ever.
summer solstice. It's summer solstice. Okay, here we go. All right, here's the question that we have. Oh wait, let me just do it just for now, just for pretend.
Real estate question of the week.
Okay. No, oh wait, let me do the guitar and you do that part.
Okay. Real estate question of the week.
Ooh, that hurt. Okay. All right. So the question is, how much money should I have in the bank in order to buy a home?
Oh yeah,
I don't think a lot of people think about this. They think, oh, I'm going to go get a house. They just assume that they don't need to have any money in the bank.
I had a lot of clients at the beginning of this year
you?
that did exactly that. They're like, I don't have any money.
Yeah.
Why are you?
And
doing
there's
that?
so many. There's also a lot of people out there. They'll say, "Oh, you don't need any money to get a house. You can get." There's a lot of programs, and there are, but not everybody qualifies for those programs. So realistically, you
USDA
should.
loan.
Yeah, USDA loan. You got the DPA loans, which is the down payment assistance programs. So
Still have to pay closing costs, maybe.
Yep. Yeah. So it's always best to at least have some money in the bank. And how much should that be? So researchers show that you should have at least the 3% is what they're saying. Which, let's say, for instance, if it's a $350,000 home that you're interested in, you should have at least $10,500 to put down on the house. But then you've also got closing costs that you might have to pay. I realize that we are in a buyer's market, and you want to have a good realtor who's going to help you maybe get closing costs from the seller, which is people are leveraging that right now.
It's possible.
It is possible, but it's always best to at least have that money in the bank so that in case things don't pan out the way you wanted to pan out, you can still get the house of your dreams that you want. You don't want to let that be like, oh, I'm going to go in and I'm going to look for the best house that I really, really want, but I'm going to go in with the hopes that the seller is going to pay for some closing costs. It may not always work. You hope that the seller could, or the realtor that you're working with, can make that happen, but it's never a guarantee.
Save the $10,500 just to have that security.
Yes.
So you're not like at the helm of your lender that is saying, hey, we got this, and you're out of control, and you only have $1,000 in the bank, and
Right.
it's just come to find out you need to pay this off, and da 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 da. It's have that at least in your savings.
Yeah.
And I think like the rule is 30 days, right? At least in your bank account.
Yes. At least 60 days.
35. I think 35 days
If
is
it's a
when,
gift.
If it's a gift, okay. If it's a gift, that's another way
Yeah.
that you can raise the funds for a down payment
Yeah,
too.
most of these mortgage companies are going to want to ask. They're going to want to know, how did you get the money? If you say, oh, it's a gift money, well, then they're going to want to see your statements, and your bank statements have to show that you've at least had that gift money in there at least 35 days or longer.
And sometimes those statements take a while to process. So I think 35 days is like the least.
Right. And so 3%, at least. And then I always try to tell my clients, think about 7%, because if you're thinking about closing costs, because there's origination fees, there's appraisal fees, there's all these different fees that you're going to be paying, as part of the process, the transaction. So it's always a good idea. So I was trying to think of, like, if we did $350,000 home times, let's say, 6%. Then you want to have at least 21,000, the 10,500 for down payment, and the other
Cushion for
difference,
closing costs.
cushion costs, and
yeah,
exactly for closing costs and that sort of thing. But there are programs out there that can help you with down payment assistance. You got USDA loans if the home is in the right place in the right region. that accepts the USDA loan. And then, of course, you got builders. If you decide to go with a new build, a lot of those new builders will offer all kinds of incentives.
They'll buy down.
Yes.
They'll reduce their price.
Yeah. So just find yourself a great realtor, like let's say Davin Keeley.
Oh yeah. Call him.
Yeah. Or Albert Cantu.
No.
or call us. And we can walk you through that process. But again, I think if you're interested in buying a home, just start thinking about how much money should I be putting away right now. Let's say your goal is to have and be in a house by next year. Start putting that money away and just say, you know what, I need to have at least that 3% for a down payment for right now, and then I can keep working on that as we go through the process, because your normal close is about 30 days.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, it's a process, and I always try to tell everybody, like, listen, looking for a house is a lot of fun, but it can also be a lot of stress too. So be ready for that.
Yeah, a lot of stress.
But right now is a good time to do it now before school starts. Like, now is the time to start getting into another house before you have to, because you're gonna have to put your kids in a new school, that sort of thing. So this is the right time.
Yeah, make the movements now. Don't go to the ocean. Don't go to the beach right now. Save up your money. Don't go on vacation. It's too hot.
I know. All right, well, we got to take a break.
Oh yeah, we have a guest.
Oh, we do have a guest. That's
Okay.
a good guest. So, all right, well, stick around. We'll be right back.
Mad Media!
Mad Media is your local marketing agency alternative.
Mad Media specializes in TikTok video, Reels marketing, graphic design, and networking opportunities for local San Antonio businesses and entrepreneurs.
Mad Media guarantees original content that brands your business specifically for your targeted audience, and unique scripting and affordable photo content.
With Mad Media, you won't have to worry about ridiculous long-term contracts or spelling errors. They pride themselves on punctuality and communication.
If you're a local business owner, contractor, or real estate agent, contact Mad Media for a free consultation.
If you still want to manage your own marketing content but don't know the best ways how, contact Mad Media for their training packages.
Contact them at 210-608-3446 and tell them
The For Real Though Podcast sent you. All right, welcome back to the For Real Though Podcast
with your host, Albert Cantu.
and Davin Keeley.
Oh, wait, there it is. I was waiting for that little part right there.
Well, I like that. We were just talking about that. It's like a bass drop.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's what I like about it.
That's the only thing you like about the
No,
song?
I like it.
This is episode 21. You better like the dang song.
I'm so excited. We've really come a long way.
Yeah.
We've come a long way. And we keep coming back with better and better guests every single time. Well, we've got a great guest today.
Yes, we do.
She is none other than Rachel Calamaco.
Calamaco. Woo!
Yes, from Breaking Darkness Apparel. I'm just telling you, like, I was looking at your Instagram right now, and it's amazing. I love all the stuff you're doing. Are you designing all your own clothes, or is that something that comes right out of your head? Like, like you just sit there and you think, oh, let me put this, message on a shirt or on a cap or on any. I saw an angel that had writing on it.
Oh, yeah. So that's the latest collection. It's called the Salvage Collection.
Oh, the salvage.
So, yeah, I was, I had this image of thrifting and painting scriptures on pieces, but I went on a retreat. And when I was driving home, I saw a thrift store called Salvage Souls. And it was so catching. I was like, wow. So I got home and I looked up the word salvage. And I love to research, and that's usually how I study, right?
Rabbit hole.
So,
Yeah.
yes. It's so enticing. So I was looking up salvage, and the word salvage means to keep something from being completely destroyed
Yeah.
or like or wrecked. So I was like, okay, this is going to be the title of this collection. And I had already thrifted a ton of pieces.
I love that.
So that's the very first piece is the angel. So my whole idea, and this is just going to be posted like on Instagram. Like you can see, I posted it last night. It actually sold within 10 minutes.
Did
Oh,
you
really?
Yeah, yeah, it was
Wow.
really cool. And this, I'm just like, I'm not going to put it on the website.
It
I'm
does
just
say
gonna,
sold.
yeah, is it?
Real big.
So
You can't have it, Albert.
And it's really cool. So listen, if you're tuning in and you want to go to their webpage or their Instagram, it's Breaking Darkness Apparel. Go to them, go follow them. Y'all got about 1,100 followers already. So that's
Wow.
really
That is
great.
really great.
It's grown a lot.
Custom
yeah.
apparel, and I love that you guys are really shifting it. Everything is shifted towards your belief in Christ and
Yeah.
and how I have a really good personal relationship with God. So, I love this. This speaks to a lot of people who need this. So I love this. So go follow them. Breaking Darkness Apparel on Instagram.
And you're celebrating your 3rd year anniversary, right?
It's nuts. Like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
I was like, well, I just had a post, Facebook memory pop up, and it's like when I created the logo 3 years ago, and it's so cute because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's evolved since then.
Yeah.
But it's like Breaking Darkness coming soon. Dun, dun, dun.
Like a movie, right?
Yeah. Because when you're building something, it's like you want the anticipation.
Yes.
And it popped up, and I was like, wow, this was 3 years ago. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's awesome. So I wanted to say we've actually met. I think this was this during the pandemic or was it before?
It was right after the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
So the church was brand new, opening
yes.
up.
Yeah, so we met at church, and you were just a sparkle of sunshine. Like, and to learn like how creative you were, it's been just such an amazing experience getting to know you. I wanted to ask, so you, at the time, you were working for Kendra Scott, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so what were you doing there, and how did that kind of divert you to starting your own business?
Right.
So I was the events manager there at Kendra Scott. I was, philanthropic events manager, which I love. So what I would do is book events for nonprofits to give back 20%. So that's one of the reasons why I love working there, or working for that company in general, is one of her biggest missions is giving back to the community, making a difference. So I was at Kendra Scott, but I actually started Breaking Darkness Apparel during the pandemic. So I was at Lucky Brand at that time. And what happened was right before the pandemic hit earlier in the year, it was like, early 2020, I got hit with a job offer for a promotion because I was an assistant manager at that time.
It was at the same mall too, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I got hit with a promotion, and it was at Lucky Brand. I was assistant. They're like, we have a store manager position available for you if you want to get promoted, but it's going to be in Austin. So I would have had to relocate, which I would have loved because I've always wanted to live in Austin. But we had just had a tragedy in my family. We had lost my nephew, and I was like, there's no way I can leave my brother. I can't leave my family, so I had to turn it down. About a month later, pandemic hit, and everything shut down. So months later, we did furlough and all that. Months later, my store manager, who was my best friend, and she's actually my store manager now. It's kind of crazy. She's like, calls me, and she's like crying, and she's like, are you sitting down? I'm like, no, I'm actually pumping gas. What's up? And she's like, so I just got a call. We're going to open up the store again. And I said, oh, great. That's awesome. She's like, but I have bad news. Your position got knocked down.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, so it's going to be a $5 pay cut, lose your benefits, and part-time. And I was like, whoa, okay. So it was just
Uber Eats it is.
Yeah, right? I'm on DoorDash.
I'm on DoorDash.
I'm downloading
I'm
DoorDash.
DoorDash right
As
now.
you're pumping gas, I'm on. Okay.
Guess I'm delivering.
Yeah, tell me more about this. So she's, because she knows, like, I'm a single mom. So she's like,
there's no way.
She's like, I don't know what you're going to do. I'm just so sorry. And I said, no, that's okay. And actually my response is, what about June? Because she was the other manager, and she was actually the provider for her family. And I was like, what about June? And she's like, you're worried about June? And I said, well, yeah, like, what is she going to, and she's like, Rachel, like, this is your life. I'm like, I know. And then she goes, well, I have other news, and totally up to you. She's like, our district manager and our regional manager, they want to re-offer you the domain. They haven't interviewed anybody because they're hoping that you'll take it now that time has passed. So I was stuck with a decision: either take this demotion, huge decrease in pay, losing my benefits, or a promotion, making probably $20K more than what I was making
So
at
what'd
that
you
time.
pick?
Oh God, I
I don't know.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I am too. I'm biting my nails. I'm hoping you picked the one that I think you picked.
Yeah.
What would you have?
Demotion, right?
I go for sure
I go
for the demotion.
We're realtors, no benefit.
Right?
We're used to it.
We're like, I'm used to this. Let's just do it. No, but I was like, wow. I said, well, you know what? This time, let me pray over it. Let me sit down and pray over it. I reached out to my pastor because she was like my closest mentor. She still is. And I said, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do here? And she goes, well, just pray over it. She goes, but I will tell you, what you have in this church community is hard to find.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to build somewhere else. And I said, yeah. And I mean, my church family is like my family.
Oh, yeah.
So,
And they're amazing, too.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, what do I do? So I started praying. And at this time, breaking darkness was just a hobby. I literally was just like, somebody's like, hey, can you paint a jacket? Sure. So I'll take an order, and I heard God say, no, you're going to make this into a business. And that's how you're going to supplement the loss that you're getting.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. And when I tell you, I was literally sitting there, had my journal open. I was writing down numbers, figures. So if I'm taking a $5 decrease, this is how much I'm losing in a week. This is how many jackets at this price point that I have to sell.
Yeah.
I was literally doing all the right things, right? And I just heard the Holy Spirit tell me, shut the journal, just worship. This is what you're going to do. And
Isn't
I closed
that
it.
something?
It was. And I was like, okay. And I did. I just closed the journal. I stopped worrying about the numbers. And I just said, God's got me. Like, I know, he's got me. And sure enough, he had me. But get this. I want to say less than a year later, the domain ended up getting bought out. And they closed the domain.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, whoa. Like, isn't God good?
Yeah.
Because who wouldn't go with the money, right?
And I think it's so important to sit and listen, because I think that we're so busy trying, and anybody in that situation would be like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. But when you just kind of let go and let God, then things kind of just fall into place. At least that's how I feel. Once you give it to him, and he wants you to give it to him.
Yeah.
Because if you don't give it to him, then you've blocked your own blessings, basically.
Yeah.
So to give it to him and just let him, and then to see that he guided you. How ironic this is, though, to go through, the company going down, getting furloughed, going through, COVID and the pandemic. And then to get this going, it really is breaking the darkness.
Yeah.
You're breaking away from that, and there's a light here at the end of this tunnel. So this is amazing. So breaking darkness, the name breaking darkness, where did that come from?
So there's a scripture in Isaiah. It's Isaiah 9:2, and it says, "The people walking in darkness." Or for the people walking in darkness, a light has dawned. And when I read that, it was like, I said, this is it. Like, this is the name, Breaking Darkness. And I had a journal where I had been kind of writing down notes, like this idea or this idea. And originally it was going to be called Your Kingdom Come, on earth as in heaven. But when I saw that scripture, I was like, no, this is what it is. And so I named it that. But it's also based off of my own personal testimony. Like, God literally snatched me out of darkness and turned my life around years ago. And so the whole mission, everything, you try to sit and figure out, why am I doing this? What's the purpose of it? And it's to bring hope and shed light into darkness. And so that's the goal is, anybody wearing their pieces, have hope, and the vision that God gave me originally was to paint the streets of San Antonio with the gospel. That was the vision he gave me, and I thought it was going to be murals, and that's what I saw in my mind was murals, and it ended up being clothing, which is beautiful.
Yeah,
my passion,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, because we're wearing clothes right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love wearing
What,
clothes.
can you
Yeah, me too. The more the merrier, especially for you.
Yeah, I want to say this, for anybody who's listening and breaking darkness apparel, the concept behind it. Obviously, tell people when they're listening, like, what exactly do you do for your customers?
So I collaborate with them. Okay. So I sit with my clients, and I just collaborate to hear what their testimony is.
Okay.
Most times, I would probably say 90% of the times, they're like, "This is my story. I want you to have free reign. do and paint whatever you see.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll give me a scripture that they've been holding on to.
Okay.
Sometimes it's an image or a word, or sometimes they're just like, I just love what you've done in the past, and I want to replicate that, and that's what I want. But the goal is to bring hope for people, so they give me their testimony, and I just go with it.
And what's probably what would you say is probably one of your favorite pieces that you've ever done that you say
Oh,
to
that's
people?
a great question.
Okay.
That you were maybe like you hated to even see it go because you were like, oh my
Dude,
gosh.
it's all the time.
Oh, really?
Every time I
You're
make
like-
something, no joke, I'm like, I tell my fiance I'll make it, and I'm like, I want
to
He's like,
keep it.
No, you made it to sell it. You are not. And I'm just like, okay, can I replicate it? Like,
right.
you know? But I will say probably one of the best pieces that I've made is one of my latest ones, and it's on my page. I had an artist. So I just did an event at Heavy Worship Nation. They put together an event of Christian rock music. And it was something I'm like, what?
Like Under
is
Oath?
this, like, what's that?
Under Oath?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But it's a bunch of Christian metal bands
Yeah.
that came for this event. And so I reached out to be a vendor to pop up there. And they're like, yeah. And so they shared that. One of the artists reached out to me to design an outfit for him. Yeah. And when
My mouth is open.
I was
That's-
literally stoked. I was like,
On stage?
yeah,
Oh,
it was crazy. You haven't seen the video?
I haven't
You
yet.
have to see it.
Oh my
you
gosh.
have to see it.
Yeah.
And so he asked me. It's that first one right there.
This one.
That one. Yep. So he messaged me. It's a reel, so it'll play.
Oh.
He asked me to. He said, "Hey, this. I have a scripture. It's 1 Peter 9:2, and I want the words "born to be a king" because it's the lyrics for our song." I said, yeah, for sure. And he lives in Florida.
Yeah.
So I said, well, if you have clothes, send it to me. If not, I'll shop. He's like, nope, these are my sizes. So I said, all right, cool.
So
Hit up Hollister.
you picked out the
Yeah.
outfits.
Yeah. Hit up Hollister, got a black jacket, jeans, and I started painting on it. So I did Born to be a King real big on the back. And the pants, I spray painted in Old English, of course, the word chosen. And then I hand painted the scripture on the other leg. And to see his reaction and just to see it on stage, like, it was nuts. It was so crazy. But I think for me, when I read the song and I heard him singing it and the emotion and passion behind it is what really like connected it all. And I was like, man, like God is really moving here, and it was beautiful.
You know, and you were talking
so
about
cool.
how you wanted to like take to the streets with your gospel, right? Like
Yeah.
with your faith. And now it's in concert form in front of thousands of people.
Yeah.
And your clothing is up there with the artist. It's just that's such a huge honor.
Well, it's a
Yeah.
great testament to how God moves in your life and how you listen to him, because now he's taking you to the next level. I mean, she was booked for 2 podcasts at the same
I know. She just told us she had to cancel one because she had to fit us in.
I'm like, wow, you're that popular.
Yeah.
No, I haven't done a podcast in a while. It just so happened to be
Oh,
there.
today on this hot day.
Well, we're glad you chose
Yes.
us.
Yes, we really appreciate it. So I actually have a gift for you. So you actually, like, when you first started, you asked me, you were like, hey, can you just, because I used to wear denim all the time.
Yeah.
And so, but I feel like you were always looking at me because you were like, I can totally picture like something like either your logo or something
Yeah.
on the back. I have something better that I just want to gift to you because I know that you shop all the time for other people. I have a dinner jacket that is really nice that I would just love to see what you could do with it. You don't have to give it back to me,
Yeah.
but I'd like to see you do something just I
Where
don't
is
know.
it? Do you have it?
Yeah, I have it
Let
right
me
here. Let me get it.
see
for
it.
you.
Where is it? We want to see it.
Okay, this is, I already
See?
know. I'm going to paint on it. I'm bringing it back, and you're going to do a photo shoot.
Oh,
He's
that's a
gonna,
good
Davin's going to have to do
idea.
a photo shoot.
That's what could you do with that?
Yeah,
All
this
right.
is beautiful.
For all of y'all listening, it's a dinner jacket like a blazer, but it's
Yeah.
floral.
But it's
all
like
over the
floral.
place.
I could see a lot of spray paint on. Yeah,
yeah.
so
it's gonna be white lettering.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
it'll be white
white for sure. It has to pop.
But So it's like a dinner jacket
Yeah.
with like a satin lapel, and then on the outside it's like floral red roses.
It's a nice jacket. I like it.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
Doesn't that look like something cool that I know you're already thinking of
Yeah.
what to do
Oh,
with
yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
I just thought that would be a cool. That's something I don't really wear too often, but it needs your flair to
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. And you're gonna have to do a photo shoot.
Really?
That's a good idea.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
that. So she can
Well,
put you on
it'll be
Instagram.
your product,
Yeah.
but I'll do the photo shoot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You have to wear. Okay.
All right, this is
All
right,
cool.
okay.
That's good. This is a great idea. And then I love to see it on Instagram. Maybe you take a picture and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
she can put you on Instagram, so you
I'll
can
be a model. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
know.
a model.
I know.
You already got
Blue steel.
you got
I got the face.
Yeah, you got the face.
Well,
the
I'll put the
hair.
filter on.
I'll definitely use a filter, please.
Yeah, the handsome filter. Well, honestly,
God,
this
Rachel.
has been such a great time having you here.
Yes,
thank you so much for being here. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
This is so good. So Rachel Calamaco, that's her name. So
Yeah.
you can find her on on Instagram. It's Breaking Darkness Apparel. Go follow her. She's got such great stuff on there.
All right,
What were you gonna
sweet.
say? You were gonna say something?
I just thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So good. So good.
I was so
good.
excited whenever you told me. I was like, yes, I would love to.
Yeah,
That's
We're
awesome.
following you now. And then
Okay.
you got to go
Yeah.
follow us on.
I did on
you
the way
follow?
here.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay,
But
sweet.
You guys need more posts though. As many podcasts
I know.
as y'all have.
I know.
Y'all want me to do your social media content?
You got other stuff going on.
I do.
Yeah.
But
Can you just pray for us?
yeah.
Well, yeah, we need that.
Yeah.
Can you pray for us that we
And-
grow? We continue
No, I
to
will
grow.
actually. I'm not gonna lie. So this is in all seriousness. I was driving here and I was telling myself because I know we just jumped in, but I was telling myself, you know what? I really want to pray over them. I want to pray over y'all's like what you guys are doing the podcast because I think it's just really cool. And I know the feeling when you jump into a new endeavor
Yes.
and you're just like, I don't know what's gonna happen here, and I feel like podcasts are so scary because it's so cliche. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
But I know like there's something here that you guys are going to like just blow up. I know it 100%. And so I definitely
chills.
am going to be praying over you guys
Thank
that
you.
God just like opens the floodgates and you guys just keep on doing what you're doing, that you never ever feel discouraged, and when you do, you're reminded of moments like this.
Yeah.
And you guys just keep going.
Thank you.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yes.
I embrace that. I will
Yes.
take that all day long. Thank you so much. We have to do our secret word, and I think what should be our secret word?
Oh yeah, can you think of a secret word?
A good word that
secret word?
we always want one word, or you could do several words, but I mean a word or a phrase, so that we know that people listen to the whole thing in its entirety. So they just have to give us, the word that we're looking for. What word?
What comes to mind like right now?
Can we just do Breaking Darkness?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do
Can
it.
we
Let's
just do
do
that?
it.
Breaking darkness. Okay, that's it.
She wants to plug her business. I'm just kidding.
It's gonna be right. Hey,
Hashtag.
Just hashtag breaking
Breaking
darkness.
Breaking
My phone number.
darkness.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Okay. All right. So our secret word is breaking darkness, and if you say that and you put that in the comments, we know you listened to the whole thing, and we love you if you did.
Thank you guys so much.
All right. Well, that's the end of our show. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank
for
you,
being
Rachel,
here.
for being here.
All right. We'll see y'all next time.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.